Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 156. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, also known as Corey, alongside my co-host. I'm still going with it. I don't know why.
Okay.
Also known as... Oh, Jesus, where am I at? Should I start this again? No, let's not. Let's just roll with it. This is what we do, right? This is the show,
Yeah, this
right?
is how we roll.
Alongside the base from Northeast, Amy, how are you?
Rawr.
You didn't do it last week, so I was hoping it was gone.
It's never gone.
It's never gone. Great.
It's never gone.
Great. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. It's been a week.
It's been a week. I really hate coming on here and being like, oh, it's been a crap week. It's
been
sucks.
A crap week.
It's really been a crap week.
Yeah, life sucks. Yeah, it's been a pretty shitty week.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those weeks, isn't it? It's one of those weeks on a week where it shouldn't be one of those weeks. Red Dead comes out this week. Red Dead Redemption reviews have dropped the day we're recording this, and it's gotten 9s and 10s across the board, and everybody loves it, apart from Greg Miller, who doesn't love it, but cool. I still love you, Greg. It's okay. It's just your opinion, and that's all that matters. But yeah, it is Red Dead week. Obviously, we didn't get the game early, unfortunately, so we have no preview coverage, unfortunately, or review coverage, I should say.
Yeah, review
coverage,
review.
Early review stuff this
reviews.
time. But I assume we're both picking up tomorrow or tonight.
Should be, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have opinions of that next week. Maybe we'll shoot a special edition of My Xbox and Me next week if we can fit it in with scheduling and stuff. But I am actually taking next week off to spend with Haley because it's our half term. So I'm just going to take some time away.
Taking over.
No. Going down to Dimchurch to spend some time in a caravan. So, yeah.
Ooh.
That should be fun. Yeah. We went to book a holiday. If you don't follow me on Twitter, go follow me at MC Fixer. And we was at Blue Water looking for holidays, and we walked in, and I was just like, nah, don't fancy paying those prices. Nah, I'm good. So Haley's aunt has been kind enough to say that she's got a caravan down in Dimchurch, so she was like, why don't you just go down there for a couple of days? And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? It takes me away from my Xbox, takes me away from my computer. I can go to the seaside and
get out there and
do things.
Maybe forget your phone charger and just switch off.
I don't think I could. I'm gonna try it and not take my phone with me, but I don't think I've got it in me.
Fair enough.
But this is our weekly Xbox podcast. You can get us early over on patreon.com/mcfixer. That is literally what keeps the lights on and pays my bills. I am a full-time content creator. I live strictly off of what you see on Patreon. So if you don't support on Patreon, but you do like the content, please consider going over there, checking out some of the tiers, and seeing what you like. Remember, go subscribe to both the YouTube channels, youtube.com/mcfixer, where you can get this video in full, and youtube.com/myxboxandme, where there's content on there that I didn't see from Amy, and I've not put it out yet because I'm a bad person. Since the 19th, it's all on me. I didn't check. I've not been in there. I didn't look. So it's all on me. So I'll take responsibility for that. Don't forget you can find us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and the big one this week, Amy. We've not spoke about it.
Roll.
The big one. We're now on Spotify. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Woo! Add sound effects there. So yes, Spotify has made it way easier to get on there, which I assume. But yeah, we are officially on there. So we did it. We made it. So
we're in the big leagues now.
Well, yeah, I guess so. And this show goes live every Friday on those platforms. Let's get into what's been in our box. What have you been playing this week, Amy?
Call of Duty.
Is that it?
Yeah.
So more...
No, it's not it. I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty, though. Getting those wins on Blackout, which makes a change because normally I never win Battle Royale games. So it's nice. But I'm still enjoying it, but it's my go-to game at the moment.
Oh, okay. So it's like, no matter what, it's like, I could play this, but Call of Duty.
I've never done that. I could work on this video, but
yeah,
my buddy's online. Maybe we'll just play some cards.
Yeah.
Till 4 a.m.
It happens.
Shit happens, right? No, there was a couple of indie games that I was that I've been playing that I mentioned last week that played a little bit of. Obviously,
Yeah.
I've played more of them now. The first one was actually in Game Pass.
Oh, okay,
when
what
came
was
out.
it?
Sinner Sacrifice for Redemption.
Okay, yeah, I've not heard of it.
I didn't know it was in Game Pass until I saw a tweet from the dev. But it's basically it's very Dark Souls. If Dark Souls was a boss rush game, it's the one we've talked about it on the podcast.
I believe so. Yeah.
It's the one where every time you go and fight a new boss, you level down. So you get.
Oh yes, I do remember you talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So each boss comes with you to go to one boss, your health and stamina will get dropped.
Yeah.
And if you beat that boss, that drop will stick with you as you go through all the rest of the different bosses. So the more bosses that you defeat, the more downgrades that you get. So it's a different way of making the game more difficult as you go along.
Okay.
So none of the bosses are specifically more tougher than any of the other ones.
Yeah.
Until you start taking on all of these different downgrades.
Good. What sort of art style is it? What sort of gameplay is it? Is it?
I mean, the gameplay is pretty much very slow, very methodical, very you can't cancel out of animations, so you have to be very aware of what you're doing. So it's very much Dark Souls kind of.
Got ya.
Like early Dark Souls kind of stuff. It's for a very specific type of person.
Well, okay, in what regard? What do you mean by that then?
I mean that I love Dark Souls and I love Bloodborne and Cuphead and all the other there's loads of difficult games that I like. And I played about 4 or 5 hours of this, and I was just like, I'm done. Thanks. I just put the controller down, and I'm just gonna walk away from this game because it's very masochistic. Okay. There's no progression.
For those who don't understand what the hell that word was, please explain it to them. Not me. I know what it means, but for everybody else.
Masochistic. I mean, someone who enjoys punishing.
Oh, okay, cool.
Being punished.
Not me.
No,
I'm the opposite of what that is.
Does not enjoy being punished. Whatever that word is. No, it's because there's no progression, right? So even when you're playing Dark Souls, you're always gaining XP.
Yeah.
And your abilities are increasing, and you'll be gaining your weapons.
You're getting weapons and stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, whereas in this game, all that's happening is you're losing stuff. You don't level up. You don't get stronger in any way. You don't get new gear or equipment. All that happens is every time you go out to fight a new boss, something will drop. Your health will drop. Your attack power will drop. The amount of gear that you have, you'll drop. There's always something.
Got ya.
And beating a boss just means that's permanent. And then you have to go on to the next boss. Then you'll find another drop. And
got ya. It sounds even worse than Dark Souls.
It's for a very specific. There'll be people out there who will love it.
Got ya.
But I enjoyed it for a bit, and then I was just like, I can't do this anymore.
This is too much.
This is too intense for me.
Got ya. Fair enough. And what's the second one that you was playing?
I was playing At Sundown, which is it's a 4-player multiplayer game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a top-down arena shooter.
Okay, yeah.
It's like the competitive PvP in different arenas, and the twist is, most of the arena is covered in darkness, and you can't see any of the characters. You can't see your own character or any of the other characters unless you step into light or you fire a gun.
Oh, okay.
So it can be quite intense and quite hilarious.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
What's that one called?
Streamed
again?
At Sundown.
At Sundown. All right, I might check that one out. I'm looking to do a Let's Play series on my YouTube channel specifically for indie games. So if there's any indie devs out there that does want to reach out about getting it on there, hit me up. But yeah, that sounds cool. That sounds cool.
That's quite fun. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I officially beat Assassin's Creed, so congratulations to me. Took me 60 hours. Finished the main. I say I finished it. I did finish it, but I'm only at 91% complete because I haven't finished all the cultists yet. Did you even get to cultists?
Yes, I got.
Okay, you did get to cultists. Okay, yeah. So I haven't finished all the cultists yet.
Very much, thank you.
Yeah, okay, good. The one you did enjoy. So yeah, but I've played the game. I finished it now. I stand by the fact that this is my favorite Assassin's Creed game to date. I actually think Origin's story was better than Odyssey's. I I didn't like the ending that I got, but I know there are 6 endings, so that's there are a lot of endings, so I know that it's kind of hard for me to be too disappointed in my ending. But the ending that I got was very boring, vanilla, and didn't make any sense. Unfortunately,
it just sounds like any Assassin's Creed game ending.
Nah, 2 endings. Well, I like 2 ending. But yeah. It left a bad taste in my mouth, but it hasn't stopped me from wanting to go back. So I think that's testament to how good the game is. For me, it's the ending I got was just so not what I wanted from the game, and it was leading up to a point where I thought it was going to go somewhere different, and I can guarantee you one of the other endings will have ended up somewhere different, but for me, it's just a little bit disappointing in that regard. Still think it's a fantastic game. I actually ended up enjoying the ship battle combat in the end. Once I learned how to play it and how it worked and figured it out properly instead of just being me about things and being like, this is crap, this is crap, this is crap. Yeah, trying to ram boats the whole time. It's like, I actually started to play it and enjoyed it, the ship combat. So they did that. That's a good thing. So good for them. I'm glad that's a thing now that I don't need to be like, oh, that sucks. No, if you actually learn it and play it and don't be an arsehole about it in my regard, you'll actually quite enjoy it.
Let me tell you something else about Dark Souls.
But yeah, so I finished that. I'm still going through doing side quests right now, but my plan was to finish it before Red Dead. Red Dead drops tonight at midnight. I'll be streaming it. So if you listen to this straight away when this drops at midnight, I'll actually be live over on twitch.tv/mcfixer if you want to watch me do side quests, because that's probably what I'll end up doing, because that's how I play these type of games. I don't do the main quests first of all. I do well on the side stuff, so which I enjoy doing. So
everybody's got their own way of doing things.
Yeah, exactly. Apart from that, that's all I've really played this week. Strictly because I did a 10-hour stream one day and then a 5-hour the other day, just so I could get it done. So yeah, that and then a little bit more Call of Duty that I've been playing, but strictly still just Blackout. That's it. That's all I play. I've got a few wins now in Blackout. Yeah, I've got a few wins now in Blackout, maybe 3 or 4. We had a back-to-back one where we won back-to-back and then we finished 3rd in the last one, but I choked. I choked bad. I was super upset. Choked, but yeah.
We just started fucking about for a bit. On
we
stream,
did.
just like there's this long like line of just 0, 0, 0, like 0 kills and everything, just because we were just like, let's follow these 20 people and see where they go.
See how it works.
Stupid shit like that.
I mean, you can get better at the game by doing that, though. If we're being honest, if you do jump in hotspots and you start,
I found new places as well. I didn't know stuff like that. So
yeah, the one thing I will say is I don't like sniping on that game at all. There's something. I don't think I've ever enjoyed sniping on Call of Duty games. But specifically in this Blackout mode, I do not like it at all. It just doesn't feel as good as what a PUBG does when you got a headshot. Excuse me. When you got a headshot on PUBG, it was just like, yeah, that felt good. On this, even when I'm trying to shoot people, I'm just not good at it, which probably doesn't help. But even when I do land shots, I'm like, that wasn't that satisfying, unfortunately.
It's probably due to the pacing of the.
Yeah, I think so. It's more. I like to get in there up close, assault rifles and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm all about that.
Yeah, that's the only way I can play and get wins. I've got. I mean, pretty good's probably not a fair statement, but I've got average at the game. I've got a few wins now, so.
That's what's cool. That's what I've been really enjoying as well. Because you remember the beginning of the year when PUBG came out on Xbox, my odyssey of trying to get decent at PUBG and how long it took. Whereas it Blackout, it's taken me like it took me a few days, and I was like, okay, I can hold my own in this game now.
Got ya. Yeah, it's one of those things. You learn it, and then once it clicks, it clicks. Yeah. And then a little bit of fake Rob, but no one cares about that. So. Let's jump into topic of the show this week. Topic of the show this week is going to be, I didn't pick one, so let's make it up right here. Battlefield 5 and their Battle Royale mode. Let's do that. Battlefield 5's Battle Royale mode not coming until spring 2019. Electronic Arts and EA Dice announced Wednesday that Battlefield 5's Battle Royale Firestorm will not launch until March 2019. In detailed timeline of the post-release content for Battlefield 5 by Dice, Jonas Elfling, I think I got that right. Firestorm is in Chapter 3 called Trial by Fire, which is set to start in March. Trial by Fire also includes a new Greek map that focuses on massive aerial invasions along the Central Coast. Central Coast.
Cretan.
Sorry,
Crete.
not Central.
Yeah,
Cretan Coast. Cool. What'd you make of this?
It's good that they're not rushing it out when it's obviously not ready.
But
they're putting out a first-person shooter in the age of battle royales without a battle royale.
I just think this would have been. Why not delay the game? I understand they can't just delay the game because of investors and stuff like that. They could, but this to me is this is the game dead for me personally. I'm not picking it up day one now because of it. It's one of those things where like, come on, this is not what we wanted.
101, right?
This is
don't launch without all your mods.
Well, yeah, it just doesn't seem right. They know that Call of Duty is the biggest game right now. It's still buying Fortnite on Twitch, and which is crazy, but it's up there. It's in the top 5. PUBG is the one that's taken the hit on Twitch due to viewership, which makes perfect sense.
I imagine it's taken the hit in player count as well.
Yeah. But yeah, for me, it's just like Battlefield 5 was a fun game when I played the beta. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I considered picking it up. But the rage right now is Battle Royales. Don't have a Battle Royale mode and not have it in your game day one.
Yeah, it would be a different thing entirely if they weren't going to have a Battle Royale at all.
At all. Which I think would have been the smarter idea now. And then the next Battlefield would have one. Now, because I feel like we're just sort of going to be sitting there waiting for it to come, for it not to be as good as PUBG, Fortnite, or Call of Duty, which I'm not saying it isn't going to be, but if it's not as good as, it needs to be better than, but if it's not as good as, it's just going to be even easier for people to give you body shots and to take little jabs at you, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the thing is, I can kind of see why it sounds like the rest of the game is finished. So there's no point in sitting on a game for 5 months. Just because one mod isn't ready, but at the same time, like, I get where you're coming from 100%, where it's just like, you guys, I mean, they do have the single player campaign, which will help distinguish them from Call of Duty, and I guess it's how much, because obviously there was a big thing made of COD's lack of a single player campaign, so I guess we're going to see how much a difference that makes for Battlefield. Like, I never would have expected it to sell COD numbers anyway, because it never does. But...
No, but it is the closest thing we have to COD's. It's like Pro Evolution versus FIFA like in this way. That's kind of how it is, isn't it? It's like we all buy FIFA, but some of us dabble in COD, which I know the Battlefield people are going to come at me like, look, we get it. Call of Duty sells better. Just chill out, all right?
Yeah.
To me, it's like I say, when I played it, it was so much fun. That's the crazy thing. Yeah. It was. I had so much fun in the beta and did not expect to enjoy it in the way I did. I remember playing it and I remember coming on the podcast and saying me and Chris played it and being like, it was my relaxed version of COD. COD to me is still too stressful. I love Call of Duty and I love Black Hat, and I shouldn't say I love Call of Duty. I love Black Hat. Haven't played enough Call of Duty, the rest of it. But I love Black Hat, but it still stresses me out.
Well,
Black Hat still stresses me out.
If a battle royale isn't stressing you out, it's probably not doing its job properly.
But I feel like I only get stressed when I'm learning. Call of Duty games, just my anxiety levels just go to another level. They do for some reason. I don't know what it is. I think it's the quick nature of the game, or the dumb people that are just laying in a building waiting for you, which still happens. Still happens, and I'm like, really? I really could do with you not laying in a corner and waiting for an hour.
Literally, on the subject of that really quick story, we were in a top 10 situation in duos on Blackout.
Yeah.
And we were like, we're going to push up this hill, but we're going to use this petrol station first as cover, like go through the front door, through the back door and out. and then up.
Mm.
And we ran in, and I was like, "Oh, I need some armor. Let's have a look around."
Let's have a look, of course.
My mate goes, "Okay, no problem." And he goes to open the door.
Boom.
Bear in mind, top 10 situation, tiny circle. Opens the door to the toilet. There's 2 people in there.
I had that. Me and Crash will tell you. So this is how bad it was in our one, yeah? Me and Crash clear out a house of 2 other people that are in the house. We're fighting. I'm like, cool, we got them. I think it was probably top 10 as well. Maybe not, though. I open the bathroom door, and there's 2 people in there. So there was 4 people camping this one house and not killing each other.
Yeah.
What is going on? I give up. I swear. There's nothing. That's Call of Duty all over.
I mean, yeah, it is, right? Like, it's so stupid.
It's just, like, it annoys me.
Wow.
But to bring it back to Battlefield. Sorry.
Yeah, no. It was fun when I played the beta, right? The mod, the one with the multiple days. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with that.
I know what you're on about. I think I played it maybe once.
I think you played the other one.
I know there was one mode I loved, and there was one mode I only played a tiny bit of.
And I remember ours was...
We was opposite, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just think this is... It feels like... I know they're not, but it feels like they're taking something away.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you get what I mean by that? Like, because it was like... And, guys, at E3, it was... And we've got Battle Royale, of course. And everyone's like, yeah! And they don't show it. And we're like...
I think it's the way that they announced it that may be the detriment to it, because if they just announced it a bit later as part of coming in the season pass, or it's not a season pass.
No, but I know what you
mean.
Whatever
it is. Yeah. It's
the content plan.
We're getting Overture Chapter 1, and then we're getting Chapter 2, and then in Chapter 3 in March, we'll bring Battle Royale, and then everybody will be like, whoa, shit, Battlefield's doing Battle Royale too.
Yeah, it just wasn't messaged well, which is a shame.
It kind of been EA's thing for a while.
I mean, yeah. I know we haven't got in the news here, but one of their other higher-ups left as well. Let me get a name out real quick. That's the one, thank you. Yeah. Which is like, what is going on over there?
Well, she was brought in, I remember this story, because she was one of the people who helped create Assassin's Creed in the beginning at Ubisoft, and she was brought in specifically to fill that gap of action game stuff. And none of her games have shipped yet. The only game I know she worked on was Amy Hennig's visceral Star Wars game.
Yeah. Come on, man. It's a weird one, though, isn't it? It's just like,
it's strange. It's very strange.
What is going on?
She's leaving. Andrew, is it Andrew?
Andrew how? No, Wilson. Yeah, I think you're right. Andrew Wilson. Wilson's leaving. Amy's obviously gone. What is going on over there? Something's
happening, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. But yeah, Battlefield, it's coming. Email in myxboxandmepodcast@gmail.com. Let me know what you guys think, if you care about this game, if you're going to pick it up, or are you going to wait for the Battle Royale? Because I think that's what I'm going to do.
I'll let you know, because I'm still getting it for the single player.
Yeah, cool. Like, bro, those are just bro shooters to me. I'm like, nah, I'm good. None of the stories have ever got me, ever. I heard Battlefield 1 stories.
Battlefield 1 had some pretty good stuff in it. Yeah.
Didn't get to them, unfortunately, because I was playing World at War. Not World at War, World War 2.
Yeah. It's a better way to do it. The way they do, like, it was 5 anthology stories, so it was just 5 mini campaigns with 5 different characters and 5 different parts of the war.
Yeah.
And it's a much better way to do a campaign like this.
Fair enough. Let's give a big shout out to our Patreon producer this week, which is your boy Mike Lynch. Thank you, Mike, for keeping the show going for as long as you have. I appreciate you, and I'm sure we will play some games soon. I don't know what you're planning at the moment. We played a little bit of Call of Duty together, and that's about it though. But thank you, Mike is our Patreon producer this week. Coming soon. What you got for me, Amy? Nothing.
I've got coming soon.
No, I assume you got it, but it was more just like Red Dead's coming out, so you've got nothing. So no, but I assume nothing else is going to drop this week because of that, right?
You'd be surprised.
I'd be wrong. Okay.
There's also a little game called My Hero 1's Justice coming out on October 26th.
Okay.
But that literally, it's like an anime fighting game. Like, okay, whatever.
I'm sure that's not going to sell well.
Coming out, I mean, it could be really good, but coming out the same day as Red Dead is I mean, Alan Wake found out when the first one came
Yep.
out. Don't
do that. Don't do that. Look, we don't get sequels to games if we do that. So there you go.
Yeah. There was another one, a racing game that didn't sell as well.
Makes sense.
Can't remember the name of it now, obviously.
Of course.
On October 30th, you've got Call of Cthulhu's coming out.
Yes.
Mutant League Football Dynasty Edition's coming to Xbox One on the same day.
Of course.
And so is the
Lego
Lego Harry Potter collection.
Yeah, we're finally getting that. So this is another one that another game that wasn't exclusive on PlayStation that's come over and no one seems to care.
Yeah,
I really hate it when it happens because I care as well because I actually like the Lego Harry Potter games. I've got them on PC.
I mean, I don't like Lego games. I just like to obliterate the narrative of PlayStation gets all the best games.
Oh, dude, have you seen what's going on in my Xbox and me Facebook group at the moment?
I did.
I just, and there's a big, I just see it pop up. I'm like, I don't like the statement of Andrew, shout out to you. You're a lovely lad. I met you. He works at my local CX. Shout out to him. But do not come out with statements of, but Xbox has no decent exclusives. No decent exclusives. And then I list a load of exclusives and you go, yeah, but Forza's below par. I'm talking about Microsoft-owned games. You didn't say that. You said exclusives. Simple. You don't listen to the podcast. I know you don't. So don't even know why you're in the group, but sure.
I mean, Gears 4 happened, right? I didn't read that.
I give up. I give up with people that want to... like, I wasn't... The point was, it was on a Red Dead post as well.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. It was the like, Xbox One X thing.
It plays better with it. And I was like, I love you guys because I own that Xbox One X. Thanks to you guys. So thank you. I get to play it in the best way possible. And yeah, PlayStation fanboys, man. Jesus Christ. Get a life. Yeah. I'm not even an Xbox fanboy. PlayStation got better games, let me tell you. Jesus.
Oh, yeah, 100%. They do, for sure.
But I love my Xbox way more.
Xbox still has good games.
Exactly. Let's get into the news this week. There's only a few news stories, so we've got a short one. First piece of news we got here is Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella announces that Xbox Game Pass is coming to PC on an earnings conference call. We already knew this pretty much. They've confirmed it a few times, but nice to get it from the CEO himself. Microsoft recently hosted an conference call to discuss the company's Q1 earnings for 2019 fiscal year. In addition to reporting a 44% growth to the gaming revenue when compared to the previous year, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella also dropped an interesting bit of news on PC gamers by revealing that the company would soon bring Xbox Game Pass functionality to Windows PCs. I'm going to go out on a whim here and say, don't be surprised if this comes to Mac. Don't be surprised. The $10 Microsoft subscription we already know. But go on, please carry on. Go on.
You can run Windows on a Mac. So
no, but I wouldn't be surprised to see, unless they run it through that god awful store, which I can totally see them doing.
They will do that.
Oh.
Because they don't need to worry about other people's cuts if they do it through their own store.
I mean, they've still got to pay whoever the games, though, right?
Yeah, they still pay like developers and whatnot. But like, if they sell stuff on, like, say, Steam.
Yeah, obviously, it's not going to go through Steam. But I would like just a separate, non-app, just an install for Xbox Game Pass. I double click it, I go in, it opens up like a Steam sort of thing, which is what the store should be anyway. I hate the apps and all that crap. It's so poor. So poor.
I agree. It's really cool that they're bringing Game Pass to the PC audience, though.
I mean,
it just lines up with everything else that they're doing.
I think, yeah, we know what's coming. With obviously the what's it? Well, God, I forgot what it's called. What's the new console? The
Scarlet.
So yeah, obviously with Scarlet coming and just the way all in one, and they will play across all platforms. And this just makes perfect sense, right? Does this rub you the wrong way as an Xbox gamer at all?
No. Not at all. I've seen people not kicking off, but sort of like complaining on Twitter or having digs, I should say, about like, oh, well, what's the point in even owning an Xbox?
Obviously, yeah.
I mean, I'm still going to have one because it's way easier to play games on an Xbox than on a PC.
Yeah.
And also when I'm streaming games, like if I use a console, like most of the load is taken by the console.
Yeah.
No, like, there's plenty of reasons for people to still have a console.
Yeah.
Just because they're going to do this on PC. it's much cheaper to buy an Xbox One S than a PC that could handle Forza Horizon 4, for example.
Yeah, I agree. It's just silly arguments I'm seeing on Twitter, but
I mean, that's what Twitter's kind of for.
Oh, trust me, I guess. Silly arguments and very serious arguments at the moment. But yeah, it's just one of those places, I suppose, that people just want to have interesting conversations. Let's leave it at that, shall we? Next piece of news, we've got Fallout 76. Did you play the beta at all?
No, specifically avoiding the beta because it's a Bethesda game, and actually, well...
Let's talk about this news story, shall we? Fallout 76 may have some spectacular bugs, Bethesda warns. Jesus. In the build-up to Fallout 76, Bethesda hasn't been shy in admitting that the new online game may have some issues, aside from labeling the Fallout 76 Early Access program the Break It Early test application. The game's FQA also explained the experience will be a work-in-progress version of the game, complete with a glorious array of issues. Yet apparently this wasn't enough to hammer the issue home, as Bethesda has now published a letter warning fans about the potential problems with the game. The statement prepares fans for unforeseen bugs and a new specular issues which may occur in the early stages of the beta. Quote, "We need your help finding them and advice on what's important to fix," the developer added. "We'll address all of it now and after launch, alongside expanding the game online game development process is very new and very scary," end quote. Why are we okay with this? Are we okay with this?
I'm not okay with this.
Okay, I think you're definitely the outlier of that, though, because most of us are.
Okay, let me rephrase that. I'm okay with the beta being a beta.
No. Sorry. Let me rephrase what I was saying. Then I apologize.
Yeah.
Why are we okay? I'm not saying we as in me and you. I'm saying we as a gaming industry okay with Bethesda releasing buggy games. If this was Red Dead Redemption.
Okay.
Would we care? I think we would.
We would.
Yeah. But I think people would. I find it strange that. Why is this not releasing in early access like all the other buggy games?
Release a game in early access just for the optics of the situation.
No, I understand that. I understand why they're not doing it. I don't understand why Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, whatever, allows broken, buggy games to go up on their store. I know you're right. You're doing the cash dollar signs.
Yeah, I'm doing the cash dollar signs.
Yeah, like I get it. You're right. It is all about the Benjamins, baby, but not to me. It's all about the Lizzies. Lizzie, what's up?
Bullshit.
Why are we okay with this?
As a global collective of people who seem to give Bethesda a pass on every game they've released, apart from, ironically, the last one, which was not that bad in terms of bugs. I don't know.
What are you referring to? Fallout 4?
Fallout 4.
I didn't think Fallout 4 was that bad.
No, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't actually that bad.
No, but people act like it was terrible.
Oh, the game itself was fine. Like, everyone just hyped it up way too much in their head because that's
what we do. We're gamers.
That's what we do. But no, I don't. Like, I can't answer that question. I've been trying to answer that for years. I mean, it's always pissed me off that we give Bethesda like a free pass on their games.
Yeah.
Like being buggy as shit. Like, as far as I remember, and I know this isn't an Xbox podcast, but I'm pretty sure Skyrim still never worked on PlayStation 3.
Yeah. That sounds
and I
right.
don't get why that's acceptable, because they charge full price for their games, and they're a big AAA studio, and they've got hundreds of people working there, like working on their games, but somehow it's acceptable that their games are broken as shit. Like the beta, I totally understand. Like, that's cool. It's a beta. Break the fucking shit out of it, because that's what a beta is for. But they're talking about, it's still going to be fucked, probably, when it comes out in November. And that's fine, because, you'll find the bugs and then we'll fix them. It's like, why don't you just finish the game and then we'll play it?
Yeah, I just find it very, especially a game like, again, I've watched the preview coverage, I watched a few streams in the end, just to see what I was getting, and I've learned that this isn't a game for me.
I broke down and read a couple of previews of it after you talked about it last week, and like, yeah, this doesn't sound. What's up with VATs? Like,
I don't. Why? Yeah,
I don't get that. Just take it out.
They should have just made a Fallout 4 co-op.
That's what everybody wanted.
That's it. Done. Sorted. Perfect. Done. And I still don't think that's what I wanted. I wanted what they were. For what they're going for. I like the idea, but the execution has not been done the way I wanted, which sucks.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't sound.
It just seems super weird, super shitty. Just yeah.
It seems really rushed as well. It feels really rushed. Unlike because they did a similar thing that they did with Fallout 4, where they've announced it
released it in 4 months,
like just before summer, and then they've released it like now in winter. But Fallout 4 never felt rushed. Whereas Fallout 76, it feels
came
like
out of nowhere.
About it just it came out of nowhere for starters. Like that's been pretty much by the time we got it. It came out of nowhere, and then you look at the game and the previews and the demos and the people saying about the beta. It's got no NPCs. Like
but we knew that anyway. That's the thing. We already. I think that's like the big one. No NPCs. So what am I doing? I'm taking missions from computers and getting my story through tapes.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I'm dyslexic, so at least I haven't got to read it. Perfect, but it just don't seem right. Like, no.
It seems like, how do we get this out as quickly as possible without having to do a bunch of stuff where we put NPCs in a game?
Yeah, and I hope that's not what it is. And I generally and truly believe this game will actually be a good game in a year's time.
Yeah.
Like, I remember Rust very early on, and that game early on wasn't great, but then it did end up being one of my favorite. I really like Rust. Like, I love the concept of Rust. If you don't know what Rust is a PC game survival, which is you literally live and you go raiding and stuff like that. It's pretty much what this is pretty much meant to be, and this has got that AAA polish where Rust doesn't, and it's
got that Bethesda polish.
It's got that AAA polish. It just, for me, it's just a weird one where I'm like, there's no story here that's gonna matter. So it's literally just gonna be, anyway, do you want to get together and kill some things? Yeah, cool. Let's do that. All right, cool. This was fun for 20 minutes, and then we're done. We're done. Yeah. Like, no, I can't do it.
It's gonna be Sea of Thieves, I think, in terms of its content, and it's gonna be like, yes, this was really fun for a few hours. What do we do? Vast barren wasteland.
I mean, Sea of Thieves wasn't even fun for a few hours to me, but sure.
I mean, for me, with my friends, we talked about it back when it came out. I had fun for about 10 hours, and then it literally was just, well, I'm never going to play this ever again.
2 days. 2 days I played that game for, and was like, nope. Yeah. Nope. But that's just the way it is. Did I do that last week? I'm pretty sure I did that last week.
Actually do that last week. Jeez,
I'm sorry. Last news story this week. Forza Horizon 4 brings the long-awaited route creator to the series this week. A route creator has been one of the most requested features for Forza Horizon since the open world game series launched in 2012. Those requests are finally answered this week. Fallout 4's route creator is added in a patch on the 25th, which is today, as previously announced by Playground Games and confirmed in its fresh patch notes today. The route creator will allow players to create point-to-point and circuit routes simply by driving them, painting them onto the map with their car, and you can drop checkpoints. Cool. Whenever you like, and adjust them for width, and rewind to redraw your route if you're not happy with a section. You will have to start your route from an existing event start point in the game, but besides from that is wherever you want to go in the game. The car can go, including on top of buildings. So, if you're still playing Forza Horizon, which I know a ton of my people in my Twitch chat still play it.
For real, my friends list, there's a few people who are still
people playing it, enjoying it. So, congratulations to them. Shame it didn't click with me, but that's just one of those things.
It's a shame it's that busy period where I can't.
I can't actually grind it. Yeah, it's just like. Yeah. I mean, after Red Dead, what's next?
Hitman and Fallout.
Fallout. That's it, right?
I have a list.
Dude, do you know how close we are to Resident Evil 2 remake?
Not that very far away.
No, we're not. We're not that far away at all. Dude, it's so close.
Hitman, Fallout, Battlefield, Darksiders 3. It's coming out at the end of November. And then that's pretty much, that'll do it. There's stuff coming out in December, but some of the biggest ones are on other consoles.
Won't talk about them then. Major Nelson tweeted that Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy, and Tropica 4 are both coming to Xbox One backwards compatibility today. Games of Gold this month: Blood Money, Hitman, October 16th, Overcooked, October 1st, and Victor Van Ran, October 16th, and last but not least, Stuntman Ignition, October 1st. Let's get into Fixer's sack real quick before we get out of here. If you want to email in, you can. myxboxandmepodcast@gmail.com. That's myxboxandmepodcast@gmail.com. No topic too sensitive for this show. We didn't get any sensitive
Can I
ones.
email in?
No.
Damn.
No,
Like
you
right
cannot.
now.
No. Fixer and Amy. As it's going to be a slow news week this week, I thought I would ask you guys about the eagerly anticipated open world game of the century contender, Crackdown 3. What do you want from the game? Personally, I would love to see a 20 to 30 hour experience, a more in-depth RPG system building up individual skills rather than a simple free skill system. I also want to see a battle royale mode, taking advantage of the environment's destructibility. What are your opinions from Matt, Gamertag, Little Smitty, LIL, space SMIY? So, honestly, I want this game to go away.
I've got one.
Please.
I want this game to not come out on the same day. Exodus. So I might actually play it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. No, I'm not, in a serious, I just don't care. Crackdown's never been my game. Crackdown, I know this is killing Matt inside right now because Matt bought his Xbox for this game, for Crackdown 3, which is crazy. But yeah, Crackdown's never been my game. I don't care about collecting orbs. I don't care about any of it. To me, I just don't care. I will say to you, the Battle Royale mode that takes advantage to the fully indestructible environment, golden idea. That's a golden idea. I'll give you that. And that could be a hell of a lot of fun. But besides that, I just don't care.
I've never played Crackdown or Crackdown 2.
Do you not listen, Nathan?
So I'm willing to be... I don't want to put too much thought into what I want Crackdown 3 to be. I'm willing to just let it surprise me.
Yeah, for those that are excited for this game, more power to you. Congratulations, it will finally come. The big news this week, obviously, that came out, which is it's playable at XO in New Mexico. So that's good. People are getting their hands on it. It means it's a real thing. But yeah, to me, it's just like, I just don't care. Literally, for me, is get off the pot at this point. Just get it out and get it in people's hands. And then hopefully the good word of mouth can spread it. Because I think from a gamer point of view, people just don't care anymore. Unfortunately. Thank you for the email. Appreciate it. Next one. Hello, MC Fixer and Amy. Sorry about misspelling your name last time. I usually write and rewrite these things so many times, I sometimes don't see a simple error. And thank you for reading out my second email that bugged me all week. Sorry, this is a long one. I'm fine with a long one, so let's do it. We got a bit of time this week, so replaying games / game length. Generally, like you, I don't replay games. In the past, I have played Sonic / Mario World, Zelda, and Link in the past loads of times. But with modern games, games generally being longer and not being a kid, so having money to buy new ones, I generally don't. I feel no reason to go back and play, say, the 2013 Tomb Raider. I played it, I enjoyed it, I won't delete it off my HDD, but I doubt I'll ever play it again. That said, when the right game hits, I will replay them. So take Nier Automata. I completed it on PS4, completed it again on PS4 for some reason. Spoiler.
Spoilers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spoiler. Are we ready?
Yeah, that's alright, yeah.
And then bought it and completed it again on Xbox. Spoiler, there you go.
I think the spoiler was the reason.
Yeah, I was expecting a real spoiler.
Yeah.
You know when you don't proofread things, you're like, damn, it could be a real spoiler.
No,
I should have proofread this.
You didn't put the spoiler in.
Spoiler, he bought it again on the Xbox. Cool. I just enjoyed it that much. Zero Blade 2 on my Switch. I've played... sorry. Let me try that again. Zero Blade 2 on my Switch. I have, in the past, dumped 100 plus hours in and enjoyed it very much. Abandoning games that have taken too long to get good. Sorry, do you want to break that down?
I was going to say, do you want to break this in
Yeah,
half?
sure.
I'm
go
looking
on.
at the email.
Please.
Yeah, and it's two things,
Please.
really, isn't it? So,
I mean, we spoke about it last
games.
week, right? This is sort of in response to what we said last week, which is we just don't generally go back and play games again. I think you make a good point. When a game really does get you, you play it again. GTA 5 for me. I played it through on 360, played it through on Xbox One. Not all the way to its completion because I got a stupid save glitch that messed me up. So I did it for played like 10 or 12 hours in one sitting. And then that whole section I didn't save. And I was just like, from that point, I never wanted to do it all over again.
You have to do it
but I
so
will.
much again,
But I will. Because that game's just so good. Other than that, like I said, I think we said it last week again, I just generally don't go back and play games like that. You're the same, right?
Yeah, more or less. Like, I think for this year, just looking at this year, I still play Overwatch. Dead Cells, I'll still jump into every now and again.
Dead Cells. I forgot about that game.
Play a bit. And like a couple of multiplayer games like Monster Prom, I'll play that. But yeah, by and large, like I fucking loved Spider-Man to bits, but I'm never going to play it again.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you on that front. I think the same could be said for me for, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I love Assassin's no, let's use Origins, for instance. Assassin's Creed Origins. Loved that game. I don't think I'd ever go back and play it again. Because I know how long the time sink is. And again, we have to be so topical. We have to be... You guys don't listen to hear us talk about old games. Unfortunately.
Yeah, you don't want us to be, what's in your box? Well, this game that came out 3 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's just not what we do here. Do you know what I mean? We try and stay up on topics, trending topics and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's a hard one, but we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. Next point. Abandoning games / games that take too long to get good. I have in the past abandoned a fair few games because they just have not been fun. Assassin's Creed Origins, I gave about 8 hours and just wasn't feeling it. Far Cry 5, similar, about 4 to 6 before giving up. Dragon Quest 11, about 8 hours, or the one I hated the most, but it got reviewed well, Final Fantasy 15. I knew I was in trouble when the tutorial was awful, and that last one, I don't get why anyone likes it. I can kind of see with the others that there are good games in there somewhere, even if it's not for me. But Final Fantasy 15, every single thing about that game seemed calculated to annoy it. I loved Final Fantasy 15.
Absolutely, it was my game of the year.
I loved Final Fantasy 15. It was a fantastic game. First Final Fantasy game I ever finished from start to finish. Absolutely loved it.
Apart from that one chapter, it was just so good.
And that got patched. But yes, that one chapter was a bit annoying. Now, sorry, okay, so let's break that down again, I guess. Yeah. I mean, Far Cry 5 I finished and loved. Assassin's Creed Origins I loved. Never played Dragon Quest.
With him on Dragon Quest 11.
Yeah.
With him on
and Final Fantasy 15 I love. So 3 games I really enjoyed, you hated. But that just tells us we're just different type of gamers, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's like me and you. Like,
we don't.
I look at that.
Yeah.
I look at that list there, and obviously we agree on Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
But Origins, I enjoyed it. You enjoyed it a lot more. Far Cry 5, you enjoyed that a lot more. Dragon Quest 11, you would never have. I doubt you would ever have picked up Dragon Quest 11.
No, it doesn't seem like my type of game.
I played it and I was devastated that I didn't think it was amazing because I was quite hyped for it. But
let's put a pin in it. Is there a chance Resident Evil 2 Remake's not good?
No.
Okay, cool. Let's carry on. Good stuff. Good conversation. Thank you. Now, granted, I'm in a position where I can buy games, and more often than not, it's digitally, so no trade them. And if I don't like it, it's not a big issue. It sucks, but it's not going to cause me financial issues. Man, I wish I was in your position. Like it could be for some people. I still hate wasting money, but at the end of the day, what's the point in playing games that's not fun? From your friend, Jonathan.
He's got a point there.
I mean, Jonathan, you hit on most of your points that you're talking about here. I think that's what we said last week, right? Which was, if the game's not fun, don't play it.
Yeah, exactly. We were talking about Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Last week. In that regard, and it because of the way I get games and because of the way you get a lot of games, it is one of those things where it's quite nice to. That's really What are you doing with your eyebrows?
I don't know. I fancy doing something different.
I couldn't. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna. Yeah.
No, it's you're right though. It's interesting. I think it's an interesting point when we get a game for review. It's very much easier if we get sent a game for review and dislike it or influencer status or whatever it may be. It's much easier to play that and go back to it at another time, or play that and not enjoy it and not pick it up again. Starlink, for instance, for me, I've got Starlink. I've not started it.
Yeah.
Just because of when it's coming out. I will get to it and hopefully get to play it in December, probably. It'll probably less when it'll probably get in there, and then it'll be part of the Game of the Year discussion and stuff like that. So, it's a hard one. But I'm definitely still in the position where if I buy a game, you can look at my Patreon. I do not make a lot of money, and not enough money to cover every big game that comes out every month. I don't make that much money to buy every game. So maybe a game like Call of Duty, for instance. If I didn't like Call of Duty, I still have to play Call of Duty quite a lot because I bought it for £60.
Yeah,
like it's not a case where I just stop playing it. Like it's different for me because I make content out of it as well. So even if I buy it, I get to make content. I get to stream it. I could make 100 videos on that game and probably get something out of it, whether it's building up a portfolio of work or whether it's building up a following or whatever it may be. So it's a little bit different for us. But yeah, I'm with you that if you're not having fun, do not carry on. Simple.
Yeah, definitely 100%. Because as someone who when I used to properly fully review games, I used to play them all the way through to the end. One of the worst things that you can do when you're not feeling a game is to keep forcing it and keep pushing through the game. Because you're just gonna feel worse about it by the end. It's just gonna annoy you. Everything that annoys you in the beginning is gonna annoy you even more. Everything that you hate about it is just gonna be amplified 1,000 times. By the end of it, you're gonna be sick of your life.
Yeah, exactly. And again, I just don't get it. Some people do this though. Like, video games are meant to be fun.
Yeah. It's like, I will finish this game because I paid $60 for it.
Yeah. If you're, I know people that generally dislike. I mean, I'm gonna give a shout out to Stu. Shout out to Xbox Stu, part of the Twitch stream community, Twitch watcher of both of us, listens to this podcast and stuff like that. He is one of the people. He buys a lot of games and he knows what he likes. That man did not like Assassin's Creed, and I was like, no, give it more time to do it. He's like, no, I don't like it. I'm taking it back, and he's done that and it's done. Do you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't like it. He's not playing it. He's back to playing Stardew Valley. Simple. He likes Stardew Valley. I just don't get the people that complain. It's the worst ones are the ones that complain on Twitter about how bad the game is. Yet, again, you keep going. Like, stop playing. You don't like it, stop playing. Simple.
Yeah. Stop.
Thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. Man, we stretched that out to an hour about, so we'll take it. Amy, let's plug and get ourselves out of here. What you got to plug this week?
Twitch.tv/wordsaboutgames. There's a little game coming out. Probably heard of it. It's called Red Dead Redemption. It's going to probably finally stop me from just streaming COD nonstop.
What's the plan? What's your plans for that? Is it to power through to get a review out sharpish, or is it to just play and enjoy?
I'm gonna try and get an impressions thing out for Monday, and then once I've done play a shit ton of it to get that done, because I've got the time over the next few days, and then to just take my time with it after that and just enjoy it.
I can't wait to see what you think. I can't wait to see what I think. I can't wait to see what the game is.
I can't wait to see what we think. I can't wait to come back here this time next week and just be like, Red Dead.
Yeah, exactly. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. For me, patreon.com/mcfixer. Like I say, if you are someone that can afford to support content creators, enjoys what content creators do, please head over to there, patreon.com/mcfixer. Show some love. There's a ton of tiers. You've got Patreon producer, you've got shout outs, you've got thank you videos, you've got getting the show early, you've got a ton of stuff. If you're someone who watches on Spotify, please email in. Or listens, I should say. Please email in. I'd love to hear your thoughts. We good?
Good.
I'll love you leaving. See you all later. Be safe, boys.